Come on, bro. Help me out. Good morning, good morning. Welcome up to the Stocked Up live stream. Let's go. How is everybody doing this morning? I'm sure some are happy and some are very sad to see the market still going down. Personally, I'm in the happy camp, but I understand if you're not. SPY this morning dropped off like a rock in pre-market, got crushed as traders sold down the market, especially early on there. I mean, my gosh, around like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., it just got crushed. Now that we're opening up, SPY is moving down once again. We were actually seeing support hold on the SPY at 664 in pre-market. I've had a support labeled here close to there at 663.70 or so for a while. We go to like a 15-minute chart and we zoom out, we can see that this is a big zone of support from the past. Looking at it from back on October 22nd. So it's only fitting that we at least get a small bounce here. This move, though, is crazy. It took 2 days to get rid of that whole recovery. Now, granted, the recovery only happened over like 3 days or so. But nonetheless, seems like the market is definitely getting volatile out there. And if we go check out VIX, you can definitely tell that that's the case here. VIX popping back up. We go to the daily chart of VIX. It's starting to look explosive again. It could always turn over and stop, but this might be one of those times where the VIX actually starts getting a move going. VIX was on a good downtrend there for a little while, but it's now starting to really break out through that. For those of you that don't know, the VIX loves these cycles like this. Look at this cycle here. 2018, even just like these small cycles, right? VIX will start to downtrend in a pretty crazy way, and then once it breaks the downtrend, it starts to really pop off. Following those downtrend breaks. Again, here, we're seeing that play out again in the short term. We had this downside move happening. And then now recently it broke and is holding out above it, so we're seeing some pretty good price action. Again, it's not something to totally follow all the time, but it is a trend that you can watch for with the VIX a little bit. Sell-off always starts with the Feds not lowering rates. That is actually what kicked it off with the SPY here. If we go to the 15-minute chart, we zoom out. Back on Wednesday, October 29th, at the last FOMC meeting, Powell talked and sent the market lower as he said that rate cuts for December were up in the air. Hey, he said it, not me. Sorry about that. Oh, so there are no more rate cuts happening for the rest of the year. Yes, essentially not. It's not like totally priced in yet, but that is kind of the thought that might happen here, yes. If it doesn't happen at the next meeting, then it won't happen for the rest of the year. And that's what people are starting to actually get scared of, Autumn. If we look at the FedWatch tool, Now, it is pricing in a chance of a 25 basis point cut at 53.6%. So right now, it's like essentially 50-50. Yesterday, I actually saw the pause over the cut. It was at a 50.3% chance for a pause or something. We showed it in the last night's video, too. But yeah, it's wild. Jose says, for the first time in stocks, this is such a great experience. Really? You like the experience? I'm surprised. Most people would probably hate this. I figured. But one of the things I wanted to show today is that if you guys go to the Trading Stream Limited channel, every single morning in the Discord, I post up about the SPY, okay? What I'm actually worried about right now is that the SPY got a little bit too overextended within just 2 trading days, okay? That means that we have to really honor the 664 support, and I would really make sure that you see a breakdown there. Even like I said this morning, I said, you know, if 664 breaks, look for the downside to continue, but if 664 keeps holding, don't be afraid to adapt. I said I could see a lot of traders blindly buying puts at open because of the selling pressure, but watch out for the trap. Make sure to make smart trading decisions. Do not bag hold if direction goes against you. You can always re-enter trades if the direction shifts in your intended direction. The very first sentence I said, but I'm worried about the 664 support possibly holding and an upside move happening when the bell rings. So far, 664 is holding up pretty well. Technically, we should probably call it 663.50 at this point, but yeah, what a time to start, right? Seriously. Mason made $300 on a quick Tesla scalp. That thing is scary to touch. Tesla's popping back a little bit. Mason, what's up? Yeah, nice on Tessie there. Did you trade it to the upside? I have SPY 683 puts in my paper account up 157%. LMAO SPY. Okay, he did trade it up, yep. Pansy Man said, I think RCAP may have bottomed. They had earnings. They ran down to $6.40. They are popping back up a little bit. RCAT. I don't know. I feel like RCAT could go down more, but maybe not in the ultra short term. Very strange setup here with RCAT. Stock Angler says, I hope RCAP bottomed. It just filled that gap down and started bouncing, so watch out. It could be at least a short-term bottom. I am worried about it getting lower as the months go on, but Mason could have bought steaks for everyone if he kept his SPY puts. Why does K's chart look so odd? K? Oh, Kellanova. Didn't they get bought out or something? I think that's why they've been trading so strangely up here. Or they're doing a merger or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. It was from September 26th. Let me go find the news on that date. Or that could have been the 29th too. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, they're going to be doing a Mars/Kellanova $36 billion deal. So them and Mars are going to be joining together, it sounds like. It says, the Mars transaction is expected to close towards the end of 2025. Yeah, I knew something was going on there. This happens a lot where they'll trade flat like this whenever they're expected to do something like a merger like that or be bought out or something of that nature. What's another one right now that's moving kind of like that? I can't put my name on it, but there's another popular stock that started doing that lately. SPY's really popping up here off 664. Wow. EA moved like that. Who is Kellanova? It's like Kellogg's, I think. Dead cat bouncing, Aller said. I'm not thinking that, really. I'm not thinking that. I kind of feel like that the market will try to make a pop back. And Robert coming through with the 5 spot. Appreciate that. Hope all. Hey, boss, hope all is well and stay blessed. Thoughts on the precious metal stocks? I would think GDX, XME, etc. would shoot up. Not complaining. I get you, I get you. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? You would think that they'd shoot up. I feel like the GLD is kind of following the SPY lately. I know it's a bit strange. It's definitely weird. But what was the day? Wednesday the 29th, when Powell spoke, the market started to really sink back down. But whenever we look at GLD, it didn't really sink. It actually held its ground, and even this week was kind of popping back up. But in the short term, I think that there's just so much profit taking happening that people are taking profits on gold. And it's something that makes sense, right? You know, it's up a lot. And if people start to get worried, I know that gold's a safe haven asset, but at the same time, it's been really getting pretty overextended. And I think that a lot of people are worried about that. Really. I think that that's really what's going on there. But my main thought on them right now is, okay, today, gold just really pulled over hard. It actually got close to a big range of support where gold has bounced a lot recently. Something that I would watch for with gold, now keep in mind this is just a gold ETF, but still, we've seen it move pretty well this way. Watch for the gap to fill. If we start to see it get down to 368.50, 368 today, there might be opportunity sniping it. I don't love entering it right here as it's starting to pop up. I think it could be okay for a day trade opportunity off of this area. But if it starts to break below, I would cut pretty quickly. And then I would re-enter if the direction shifted later on or something. But that's really kind of what I'm watching for right now. Again, it's hard to justify like another like long-term buy the dip opportunity right here. For me, I would wait for a bigger turnover. You gotta squeeze the gold for milk money, yep. If consumers are pressed, they gotta go somewhere. Let me turn down this music a little bit. For some reason, this song's like extra loud. Palantir coming back alive. Day trade a call or a put. Right now, I would day trade calls. I would look at calls, honestly. SNDK, yeah, everything kind of is getting bought back up, but SNDK especially starting to come back. That was a really good drop yesterday. I kind of expected a small recovery, but not necessarily one like this. Now, I will say, watch this resistance on SNDK. It's actually about to contend with a very large level here. Operation Just Cause. Tangy, let's go. Appreciate that, my man. I'll pray for the uranium stocks tonight. Appreciate both you guys today. I might scalp this, Demir said. Nvidia looking good. Let's see. Thoughts on Costco a few weeks out? COST? Oh. I'm a bit worried that Costco is going to end up breaking down through their support here. They're actually in a pretty strange pattern. This is a pretty strange setup with Costco here. I personally am looking for it to move down and out of this a bit, but it'll probably stay stuck within here for a little while. We'll see how many more days it has of chop before it finally gets down and out of here. Costco has been pretty terrible lately, especially for a stock that was so coveted for a couple years there. Man, look at those couple years for Costco. It was insane from like COVID to 2024. Pretty good anyways. Now we're seeing it seriously pull back. That is rough. I can see it pulling back even more. Back down to support closer to like 870 to 872. It's a pretty big range. Just so everybody's aware today, it's Friday, so I figured I would do a little something funny here. All right. I'm on McRib number 5. I went to Mickey D's feeling broke real grim. Till the site lit up, bro, the McRib's back again. I sprinted inside like a day trader at the bell, cause when the McRib returns, my self-control fails. What? I had 5. I'm on number 5 now. Actually, I'm on number 6. But get you with a little McRib nursery rhyme here today. They made this way too long. It actually had like 5 more paragraphs to it, and I was like, what? They have in here, even Warren Buffett whispered, bruh, that's increased. Like, what? If I ever heard Warren Buffett say the word bruh, I think I might drop dead. Honestly, I don't think I'd be able to control myself if I heard that. Palantir just filled the gap to the upside, bouncing off of 172. Coconut said it's better than sex. Oh, SPY sitting 668.50 right now. Keep watching it. I could still see it recovering up here a bit more today. Do not be scared. On him. By the way, at some point over the last week, I snuck back into bed with Japanese banks. MUFG's doing great. Let's see. MUFG. Daily chart. There we go. Nice rip back up. Look at the daily on Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group. Wow. MUFG. It really gapped up on earnings, huh? It's doing pretty good. Or the earnings tonight? No, they were probably today, right? Little gap up. Sympathy McRib. MUFG. J-Don said it's still respecting the trend line. What is? Anthony says, look at SNDK go. Wow, right through the support. Well, I guess I should say resistance. How dare I get that wrong?
How dare you?
Oh gosh, Greta, I didn't realize it was that important. Demir scalped Nvidia for a profit. NVDA. Nvidia Corp. Really bounced off 180 there. Sheesh, straight to the upside. It just bounced off of it with SPY. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, you were doing this one probably, right? Like this? That is a pretty solid one, actually, over the past few days. I'm going to be honest. It's not a bad one. That's for sure. I'll even draw it out as like a channel. Yeah, that's really not terrible in the short term here. Let's see how this looks. SPY might still get through it today just because there's a lot of strength, but you're right. It actually did just have a reaction off of it. Just made a quick 230 based off your Palantir calls. Let's go. Yeah, Palantir's been on fire today. Very consistent from open. Glad to hear that you locked it in as it filled the gap, though, because I do think that it could end up slowing down now. It's a good trend, J-Don. Surprised I didn't have that plotted. I'm playing with this dang wallet. I can't help myself. I bought this Code 118 wallet, Code 118. I gotta say, this is the coolest wallet I've ever had. Why is the VIX still up? Just barely, Aller, just barely. We gotta remember that the SPY is actually technically still down. Yeah, it's still technically down. It might recover up and eventually get green today, but I think that by the time that happens, SPY will start to hit resistance and possibly start to turn back over. I am a bit worried, though, today. Jake said Palantir's in the green. Very much so. I was glad to hear that Super Mega Awesome made a quick 230 on it. That was pretty cool. How's Boeing today? BA. Boeing trying to recover up in a pretty awesome way here from open. I mean, this is pretty straight up. You bought $20 of Boeing? Nice. $20. Hell yeah. I don't know if you mean the stock or options there. That'd be wild on like some intraday options. Let's see. Beyond Meat's popping. That's a pretty nice move. Very nice overall. What a beauty. I know a lot of people don't like Beyond Meat. There's been a lot of sparked up debates on whether or not it's good or not. I've never tried it. I don't think I ever will either. I want it straight from the cow. Stock, just adding to it in the divvy account. Oh, okay. Just adding to it in defense. Okay. How much divvies do they pay nowadays? I haven't looked at Boeing's dividend rate in a long time. What is it? Let's see. Sitting at... Okay, not much. It's like 0.02%. Either way, it could have some good growth either way. We know that with Boeing, so... I like it on the dip. I've been watching this overall trend line since COVID with Boeing, and it's actually hilarious how good it's played. And there's even a downside end of this where they're in like a mega wedge or something. But I don't pay too attention to the upper end of this. I like the lower trend better. Yeah. APLD is going up too. Applied Digital, everything's popping. DraftKings trying to go? Not really. How about Wynn? I know we've been looking at some of those casino stocks lately. I think I'm going to have McRib number 6 today. As you say it, everything starts crashing. SPY is at that point where I feel like it could end up pulling back. I'm pretty, interested here. Tom, I sure hope you have Mickey D's stock. I actually want to buy it. I wish it would dip back down again. It's pretty consistent, though. It might not ever do that. This is definitely one to DCA into, that's for sure. KO. Yeah, Coca-Cola is a pretty nice one. That's a really good dividend stock. Known for it. Definitely known for it. Let me tell you the percentage on this one. KO pays out 2.86%. That's pretty fire. How much does UUUU pay? For some reason, I thought they paid a good one. No, they don't pay anything. For some reason, I was thinking that they paid a good one for some reason. Or maybe it's EF. Oh, never mind. No, ET. Ah, that's what it is. ET. Energy Transfer. ET pays 7.9%. But if the stock goes down on you, then you're screwed. So keep that in mind. But it actually had done pretty good the past few years. ET. ET, oh yeah, you know it. You have 700 shares of it? Oh yeah, hell yeah, you knew it. That's funny. He said bigly div. I live in the Permian Basin, familiar with most of the energy stocks. ET is a huge player here. Oh wow. That's nice. That's nice to hear. Joe Papa says, now I want the McRib. I know. McDonald's needs to sponsor us, I'm telling you. On every nightly video, we'll say use code StockedUp for a free McRib. I have one in the fridge. Yesterday, I DoorDashed in like 3 of them. So I could have them ready. What's up, Gilly? MSTR. You're looking at it to the downside. Oh, yeah. He said it's under 200 bucks. Falling through support in a crazy way here. That is rough for for strategy. They changed their name. But yeah, for strategy, that is brutal. Seeing it fall through that big support like that. Comes as Bitcoin falls through 100K. Starting to see a big pullback out of the crypto. I wouldn't be surprised if it materialized a bit more. No, it's a McRib, Mets. Don't put that in the discussion channel. What? People are going to think I'm a weirdo. I'm not kidding. Wow, the ask on Adam puts just shot up like 90%. Adam has their own stock? I've never heard of this one. That's definitely an off-topic one, Mets. Adam was NYSE. It's a REIT. Okay. That makes sense. I do see a house there on it. How's O doing here? Daily chart. I hedged it when the commie won. Oh no. Man, I was hoping it would still show me the old NYSE. Yeah. Yeah, Autumn, he's a self-proclaimed communist who became, what is it, mayor of New York City? Yeah, kind of wild, kind of wild. Times are changing. That's for sure. Go check out some of these. How's LLY doing? The stock, oh my gosh. It's almost going to go green again. That would be insane. How's our watch list looking today? That's what I was trying to pull up here. CoreWeave down 5% again. CRWV, unfortunately. Big downside move to the upside. Beyond Meat's leading the way, but we're seeing a lot of growth stocks coming back. Navitas pulling back up above 8. That's what we like. Definitely not terrible there. One thing I am watching for that I will say that I picked up recently, I am going to be watching TLT to the upside as we go throughout next year. Of course, there's a lot that's going to go on, but for the next couple of years or so, I will be watching for TLT to start to recover back as we possibly start to see interest rates fall again. One of the big deals for this is, as we look here, we can see the percentages on the FedWatch tool. For next year, they generally get to like July and then it just pauses. But keep in mind that these percentages will shift as we get there. Whenever we finally get to the June 17th meeting of 2026, Jerome Powell will not be in anymore. He will not be the chairman of the Fed any longer. I believe it ends in May of 2026, his term. It ends on May 15th, 2026. He could still be on the board of governors until January 31st of 2028. So Jerome Powell could be gone after that. Whenever Jerome Powell is gone, he will be replaced. And whenever he gets replaced, it would be very interesting if he gets replaced by somebody that really wants to go more for rate cuts or lowering interest rates, something of that nature. And I think it could happen, especially with the way that Trump has been talking. So TLT is starting to fall a little bit right now. I wouldn't really worry about that too bad in the short term. Whenever we look at US 30Y, US 20Y, things like this, you know, we start to see them pop up a little bit more in the short term as well. So it makes sense for TLT to move that way. But as we start to look and we see the 20Y start to really dip down, if it does start to actually dip down, then that could be exactly what we're looking for. And as we look at the 20Y, you know, it had been moving up in a pretty solid way here. Now it's starting to actually peak out and start to turn over a little bit with an overhead base forming, even with a lower high setup here. So keep this in mind. We could be seeing, you know, the start of a turnover with yields, which impacts TLT, of course. I believe TLT does follow the 20. Let me just triple check. Yep, 20. Follows a 20-year Treasury bond ETF. If we start to see those yields fall over, TLT will explode. Hey, it worked out, Autumn. The guy won. So, I don't know. Hey, I gotta say, he won. So, that's the only weird part about it. Guess it's not that crazy anymore, though. Yeah, yeah, she goes exactly. Minus 100% rage within his first turn. If you put money in a bank, you gotta bring extra cash. Wow, Tesla's pulling back like crazy right now. BAC fallen. All right, guys, 1 minute. All right, all right. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, quick intermission. Hopefully we're all good there. Sorry about leaving you on Bank of America. Checking out the SPY here. Still touching around 669. Still trying to possibly recover up today. You know, it's still looking pretty bullish on this side of things. It's now well above the trend line that Jadon had put in the chat earlier. Pretty weird to see here. What happened here? Whoa. Got to witness 10K SPX. Catch it early, cut it out. Damn, that sucks, Tangy. Yeah, glad you got through it, though. Definitely am glad. To bring you up to speed. Communism, Fruity Pebbles. And that. Oh, boy. I don't even like saying that word, honestly. I almost typed it out now. Oh, my God, Tangy. Dude. I don't think I can let that one sit there in the chat, honestly. I don't think I can. What? What is happening in the chat right now? Palantir, 173 resistance overhead. Tangy.
How dare you?
Even Greta's out here getting on you. Boeing, little double top. Unfortunately, not able to break out. Man, SPY running up to 669. Dang, I missed the Fruity Pebbles conversation. Scrolling back up. Mason is not beating the AI allegations and possibly never will be. Yvonne said, any good stocks to trade this morning? Let's see. Palantir's pulling back pretty hard. That's a pretty big pullback. Dymatize is too sweet for me, IMO, City says. I've heard of that one before. Palantir moving higher. New high of the day just achieved, guys. There we go. There's some action coming through. Palantir, new high of the day. Amazon breaking out. SPY breaking through 669. Nvidia might get up towards 190 here. Tesla just broke through 400. Tesla right through 400. Yeah, right back to it. I guess it's not technically through, but it got through a little bit by about 50 cents. Interesting. IMSR shares are almost back to IPO levels after falling and falling. Call options are still very spendy. Just made a couple bucks off that Palantir pop. Gonna go get me a McRib. Hey, there we go. That was a pretty good little move there by Palantir. Tesla's it's really straddling 400 here. We gonna be able to get through? Seems like it's having some trouble. Nvidia's having trouble at its high of the day too. Come on, Nvidia, let's break it through. Pretty good action there. Tom, please live stream tomorrow so I have people to talk to. I'm so lonely. I would play some games tomorrow with you. I'm gonna be busy as hell, though. Let's see. How are we doing so far on fantasy? Amir says, all right, I'm out, guys. Gotta end the week on a good note. There we go. Happy weekend. All right. 672, next target on SPY. SPY 670. Pretty nice, pretty nice. You said 672? That's a pretty good jump there. Pretty good jump. Come on, SPY, let's go. Whoa! Third time's the charm. Robert the Nixon. I've decided that if I make 10K on my secondary account by year's end, I will call you Big Daddy Tom every time I do these super chats. Stay blessed, y'all. Hey, I would love that. That's a pretty funny name. I'm gonna put that on a shirt if you end up doing that. Yeah, right on, Robert. Make that 10K by the year's end, but don't try to force it, though. Don't try to force it just to do it. Wow. Let's see what Tesla does. If anyone needs stock to fall, just ask me to buy it. Alright, let's see. Which one do I want to go down today? Palantir? You want to buy some Palantir today? Let's see. What else? What's already down? DraftKings. This one looks good. It's at the low of the day. All right, buy some DraftKings off support. Make a support buy on DraftKings for me, and we'll buy some puts. Oh, that's funny. Red Cat. RCAT, pretty fun one, down today a little bit. With their earnings, of course. Filled that gap. Might have to sell a put or two on this one. The hell? Oh, thank God. For a second, my options chain didn't update, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with these options on RCAT? What in the world? A little RCAT cash secured put action out here. I like that 7 strike for December 19th. It's not bad. Get paid $85 to grab 100 shares at 7. It's not terrible. Gotta really be willing to average in, though, if you're doing cash secure puts, guys. There may or may not have been cash secure puts here. Made some nice aggressive DCAs in this dip for the long-term port, Xavier said. Hey, there you go. We'll have to see how we end up looking, but... yeah, the trend line hasn't made much difference today, the longer term one. I guess it has, actually. You know, it really hasn't been... Sorry to bother. Any thoughts about Wolf? WULF? No problem. Terra Wolf. Pretty popular stock this year. Tesla's about to be green. Sheesh. Let's see, Tesla. Yeah, very nice price action there. Very green. I like that 402 resistance. Let's see, 403, 404. Really not bad. Really not bad. It's getting right through its $400 resistance, that's for sure. Wow. Yeah, Tesla's starting to really run. What a morning. What a morning. Daddy Tom's Tesla. Do you guys remember back whenever I pre-ordered the Cybertruck? I remember I did that a long time ago. I pre-ordered the truck and then finally just gave up on it, but I had to pay like $100 down or something, or it was something like that, but it reserved me a spot, and then whenever they started coming out, the prices went way up, and I was like, oh, hell no. It was supposed to be like 75 or 80 grand for like the best one, and ended up being like over 100. Yeah, if I'm spending that much on a car, I'm getting something fun. Some people think that the Cybertrucks are fun, but you know, if you had like an unlimited budget, not an unlimited budget, but let's just say you had 100,000, 100 grand, what would you get? I think I would probably go for something like... I'd probably go for something like this. Get like an M4 comp or something. M5. Something like that. You want to get a Lexus LC500? Hey, those are nice. Ray said Corvette C8 Z06. If you can find it around 100. I have seen some around 100, I believe, lately. Yeah, that's not bad. That would be a really nice one. Would be really, really nice. My problems are either my size is big, my stock I watch fall without capital to buy more, or afraid to buy more in case it falls more. You know, Yvonne, it seems like you think very emotionally in the short term where you're not really like letting the stocks go, which is something that I think that you'll need to work on going forward. You'll need to do something where you just kind of buy it and forget it, you know? Set up some stop losses or something. Like, if you really can't lose anything, come up in your head with the maximum amount that you're okay with. And then that'll be your stop loss. Put it on there. Don't mess with it after that. If it hits it, it hits it. If not, if not, it doesn't. But it seems like you get very emotional about your trades, and I would definitely try to fix that and get more onto like a real, you know, buy and hold system. I would start out probably with the SPY so that you don't run into like individual stock issues. Like if you're trying to buy like Tesla or Palantir or something like that, they could end up being terrible for longer than the SPY or something, while the S&P 500 generally will come back. Now, of course, there are scenarios where those will outperform SPY, but again, then you're dealing with the individual stock risk, which poses a problem. That's what I would start out with, just so you could get kind of used to it, but I like the Larry Williams 4% rule. I don't know that one, but I'll need to hear that. No problem, Yvonne. You know, Berkshire's probably not a bad one. Yeah, Berkshire. Not terrible. They're usually pretty solid. Oh, that's great, Outlaw. I'm glad that helped. Start with one contract or DCA in contracts that are 3 months out. That helped you? Yeah. You know, Yvonne, maybe you should try a different strategy, like one where you could try a strategy where what you'll do is you'll buy a stock now and you will literally set a future date. You'll say, okay, I'm going to buy it now and I will sell it, let's say, in March of 2027, right? Or somewhere, right? You can pick. But that might be a fun experiment for you. You know, maybe you could even try with paper trading or something like that, but that could be a fun experiment. And then, but you just have to really force yourself to just not sell it till it gets there. I think you'd be pretty surprised at some of the comebacks that occur. QQQ, really nice bounce though. I can't believe it got through resistance already here at 610. That is wild. Why is Bitcoin so low? BTC USD. It is pretty low, isn't it? Down 2.7%. Under 100K. It's just kind of eroding with the confidence in the short term. I think it got too overextended. Oh, look what Mets posted up. in the Discord. Remember when this happened, guys? This was insane. That is pretty insane. That really is pretty insane. Yeah, he posted up and said, it looks fun to me. It beats a Porsche 911 while towing a 911. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know, though. I would probably still rather have the Porsche, though, if I was being honest. I don't know why. Jane says my sister-in-law has a Tesla and a 911. Hey, that's the way to do it. Best of both worlds, right? Okay, but why the actual F does it have to be that level of ugly? I'm ugly and I'm proud. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Go make an account, Mets. It's not that hard. Porsche has incredible driving experience. Happy Friday. Porsche is greater than. Yep. Jake said because the Cybertruck is probably about the ugliest vehicle next to an Aztec. I actually think the Cybertruck looks pretty good. I like that they tried to go away from that. GWRS. Just buy one share and then a month later buy another. GWRS. Global Water Resources. Oh, yeah. I remember looking at this one a few months ago with you, or a few weeks ago. Sheesh, it's falling down. If it breaks through that support, that's going to get brutal. GWRS here. Wow. Why buy a share every month? Mainly probably just to average in, Yvonne, I would guess. Oh, he said because everyone can afford that. And it does help average in, too. Does help average in. Once you realize the truck is bulletproof, then you realize why the shape is that way it is. Can't bend the body. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot it was bulletproof. That's right. I feel like that would be a great truck to drive around Chicago. They should call it the Chicago Mobile. Autumn goes, what? Why do people even need bulletproof vehicles? Mason goes, there is actually a lot of Cybertrucks downtown. That's perfect. Takes up half the roads. I live in St. Louis. It's not much better than Chicago, I'll be honest. There are lots of Cybertrucks in Texas, Coconut said. Ooh, I could only imagine there. Rolling off the factory and everything. My gosh. You're probably right. There probably is a lot. My uncle's a lieutenant on the police force. So much violence that the public doesn't see. I actually see quite a bit of it on the internet. I can't believe all the stuff I see. Obviously, it's not all of it, but... Of course, be careful with your wording there, of course. The Cybertruck talk got out of hand. 406 on Tesla. It's all good with me. I just don't want anyone getting too nuts in the chat, that's all. Not you. I just mean specifically, like, if we start going down that path, it could get nasty, so... I would be down for the police and military to have Cybertrucks, Autumn said. I like those cool SWAT trucks. Have you ever seen those, like, black SWAT vehicles that look like some type of military truck? Those things are crazy. Let's go check out GLD. 371, 372 starting to bounce a little bit. Finding some support here for sure. Yeah, support's coming up in a pretty good way. Holding up well. Anti-explosion vehicles? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So they were like repurposed military vehicles. I see. That makes sense why they look like that. I was gonna say, it literally looks like stuff that they would use for things in that type of sense. Palantir starting to hit resistance, turn over a little bit. Nvidia getting so close to 190. Let's see. Let's see, Nvidia. Wow, big resistance. Not as big as 195, but there is around 84,000 shares stacked up, which is nice. Happy Friday, all you good men and women. Wish me luck in my move this weekend, because it may rain. Bless you all. See you in the Discord. Thanks, Autumn. Have a great weekend. Good luck on the move, of course. Let's see. What's some good luck for you here? Here's some good luck, Autumn.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Perfect. Reactive armor in some models from Northrop. NOC? What? Oh, there it is. That was weird. It's not supposed to rain here, luckily, which is nice. Man, Northrop holding its ground well. 554, 555. Northrop today. Let's check the daily. Pulling back a lot on the daily. How about some of these other ones? What is, what's the one I'm trying to think of? It's like it was like a big money play recently, but I cannot remember the name of it. It was like Viking or something like that. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to look up a list of defense stocks now. Kratos. KTOS. That's what it was. An MRAP. I've heard of those a lot. Watching YouTube videos and stuff about the military. Yeah, I remember that, D. That was crazy. SoFi, a little double top. DraftKings has been pretty brutal lately. Trying to hold up. Let's see SPY again. All right, SPY. SPY is starting to fill the gap from this morning, so don't be surprised if it does start to turn back over here. This is where I think we could see a bit more of a shift. I'm still pretty mixed on the price action today, though. I actually wouldn't be surprised if SPY tried to pop a little bit more, but I love resistance here. I love the resistance. So I'm very mixed on this one today. I feel like we'll just get a lot of chop within this range into the end of the day today. We'll find out, though. We'll see. We'll see. But alrighty, guys. Have a great rest of the day. I think we're gonna call it here. It's time to go get McRibs. Everybody go get a McRib and post it in the Discord today in the Off Topic channel. If you do, you'll get a gold star for next week. Tangy goes, I'm not getting one. Ew, Mason, now that's... Mason, that's wrong. That is wrong, sir. How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? I do gotta say, though, you should watch how they make it. It's not that bad. You guys are crazy. Their normal burger is probably worse. They don't have those in the Philippines? Really? That sucks. They probably have some other really good stuff, though. It seems like everywhere else has really cool McDonald's food. Every other country has really cool, different stuff. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a great one. Yeah, I would have won Monopoly. You're right. You're right. Remember, spies at resistance. Don't be afraid in case it turns over. But alrighty, guys. Talk to you later. See you in the Discord.